Hey, it's me, Bobbert, and today I'm starting my Let's Play of Sonic Adventure DX for the GameCube, obviously. For those who are wondering about my Fire Emblem playthrough, I unfortunately cancelled that because that game was too repetitive for me to commentate on its own, or at least by myself. So I decided to go with Sonic. Now, first I thought this game came out in 1999. At least it did here in America, but in Japan it actually came out in December 23rd of 1998. And I can't believe they had the Dreamcast like almost a year before everybody else in the world did. It's kind of a weird strategy by Sega, if I say so myself. Oh man, like, this is to look pretty impressive back when it first came out. Especially on the Dreamcast. Man, I remember that one episode of Sonic X where they pretty much retold the story. And I forgot which character said it, but they said like everybody in the city was evacuated and nobody got hit. Pretty much that was what the Saints, and I was like, that's impossible, no they didn't. Like, some people were killed in that destruction, I'm pretty sure about that. I mean, I know it's a kids show and they're not going to talk about that. Well, let me rephrase that, a 4Kids show, and they're not going to talk about that. They were done by 4Kids Entertainment. Like, another thing I don't really see in Sonic games more often is intros like these. That's pretty awesome. They usually go straight to the title screen. In fact, I think most games do that now. Like Mario Odyssey does that. Breath of the Wild. Oh, not Travis Strikes Again. I'm pretty sure the stuff that was the that one thing we saw in the trailers. But anyways, I like this game. Like, I will admit the game didn't age too well. It's like, oh well, okay, looks like I only had that one file that I had like a couple of them filled up, but it's like, good thing I got an empty one. Like, that's what I was saying, this game didn't age too well, but I still think it's a great game on its own, and I think people is maybe a bit too critical. It's got all these 6 different characters. And I will admit that some of the characters are pretty boring. Amy and Biggs in some area. I mean, most of all. But how I'm going to do this is press each character once throughout the whole playthrough. Once you interact with one of the playable characters, they will unlock, and you can, you know, exit Sonic's story and go straight to their story. But I'm going to choose to just play throughout the character story at first, starting with Sonic, then work my way up to Tails, Knuckles, I believe Amy, Big, and Omega. I'm not sure it'd be in that order. And there goes Sonic. Let's see. I also think the Chaos Monster looks pretty cool. Like, now I want to say more about him, but that's going into spoiler territory. All I will say is this: is that Sega has a habit of making bad guys into good guys sometimes. Don't think too much about that last part. And the voice acting also didn't age well. In fact, they were always terrible. But I don't think we minded back then, at least in console gaming. Granted, Conker's Bad Fur Day was had better voice acting, but to be fair, that game came out a year ago, but on a much inferior system. But you know, voice acting is not well, at least during that time, not held back by the console. Maybe sound quality at best, but performance, I think they could still done a lot better. But anyway, Sonic here got his homie attack. This is the first time he.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
That was quick. But this is the first time Sonic had his homie attack. Pretty useful, especially in 3D. Even made it ready to some of the 2D games.
Come on, you big drip. Where you going?
You know nothing, fool! It's Chaos, the god of destruction!
And I find it amusing that each hall is separated by space. I don't know why. It just seems kind of awkward to me that way. Usually they just put it all together, or just put in parentheses laughter. Or evil laugh. Man, I really hope current Sonic team doesn't remake this game. I don't really trust them in making Sonic games in general. I mean, they have some okay games, but they have a tendency to screw things up. Anyway, that's just our next mission, Tails. You know, rescuing Tails and the actual first stage of the game, Emerald Coast. But before we do that, let's try to talk to some people. No, I can always get that wrong. Yeah, you can actually drown there in that pool. You never really spend much time in the water, and if you do fall in the water in the actual stage, it's most likely a death trap, and you're pretty much gonna die. Okay, enough talking from you. Oops. Okay, most of the time they don't offer anything useful or interesting. And you know, I don't expect him to provide interesting conversation here, since it's the first stage and you already know where to go. But you know, I wish this was in Sonic Generations. Like, I thought this is much better than Speed Highway. I probably wouldn't mind Speed Highway if they didn't have so many city levels in Sonic Generations, but this one is pretty good. Like, I'm surprised not enough people talk about this stage. But pretty much you do what 3D Sonic does, is try to reach for the goal. In this case, the goal is Tails. Come on. Oh man, I love this part right here. Again, graphic hasn't aged too well. Oh yeah, I like that shot. And what happened here? I could have sworn I hit the speed pad. Like I said, the game didn't age too well. You go get little mistakes like that happening, but for the most part, I still think this game is pretty playable. It's pretty fun. Like, if I had to make a versus video between Sonic Adventure and Mario 64, which I'm not, well, maybe not hard to compare, but I don't think I have a real interest in comparing it. But if I have to, I said, you know, the Sonic stages and maybe Tails, since those are pretty similar. are much better than Super Mario 64 on its own, but comparing the whole game together with everything that Sonic Adventure has, Mario 64 is the better overall game in my opinion. Ooh, I know there are ways to break this game. I'm gonna try to put a game that is intended. I mean, well, not that I know how to break them, but even if I did, I prefer to show people how the game is, what Sega want you to play. But there's pretty much the next stage you can break easily with tails. But I'm not gonna do that. Speaking of tails, I think we're getting close to them right now. Oh, dolphins. Wonder if one of them's Echo.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad.
This isn't going to be a 100% run. I'm not going to get all the emeralds. It's just pretty much get to the final story, and that's it.
Hey Sonic, long time no
Yeah,
see,
get used to that phrase. You're going to hear that a long time. I mean, for a very long time.
What happened anyway? You're too good of a pirate to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few
I really like the music in this game.
Why not just use my plane, the Tornado?
It's the kind of music you can listen to on its own without, having to play the game. Especially this one right here.
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test fights. This thing's got unlimited power, So I figured, why not use it to power my plane? Supercharged! You've gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic. I've got something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruin. The fastest way is by train. Let's go!
Right now we can have Tails as a playable character. Probably going to end the part right here, but you know what? Let's show off drowning a bit. Should take a few seconds here. Mainly because I'm probably not going to show this off in the actual game. There's really no reason to be in the water this long. You have to play that one song in Sonic 2. I'm not going to get myself killed, but that will be the end of the playthrough. Hope you enjoyed it. This is me, Bobbert, and I catch you guys later.